Hey, hey, hey! What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Child of Mecha live stream. I am your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. Welcome back after our little snafu earlier today, right? We'll get into that here in a few seconds. But working on the GBWC build again tonight, and we're rocking the Sinanju. Yeah, with the sleeves on the side. Not a bad look, if I do say so myself. So, hey, if you want one of these, go check out childofmecha.com. Hit the store button up at the top. You will find this hat, many more shirts, prints of my work, all sorts of fun stuff in there. So go load up. If you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we're going to be working with here tonight, I highly suggest you hit the little Amazon link below there on Twitch and our good friend YouTube. That side if you're watching there on the Facebooks. Now, I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it doesn't increase the cost for you. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. Like I said, tools and materials, books for why do I do that? Books for inspiration, gear for streaming, all that fun stuff. Go take a look, right? And then, last but not least, if you are interested in model kits, tools, paints, accessories, Mecha Decals, sheets 1 and 2, those are both in stock and shipping now. Hit up our good friends right down here, USA Gundam Store. They're going to have what you need. Anyway, okie dokie, so... Oh, you know what? And I almost forgot. If you like what you see here, if you learn something, if you find value in this stream, man, like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff on all the other social medias. If you know somebody or a group of somebodies that could benefit from watching this stream, share it with them. It's a nice thing to do. Real quick, Manny. He says, hey, Tim, what's the status of my hat? We're still waiting for it to get produced. The production company is super far behind at this point. Yeah, I put in an order a couple days ago for some new stuff. Hey, yeah, there's significant delays, Manny. Let's put it that way. But they're getting to them, right? They're getting to them. So there's that. So let's talk a little bit about what happened earlier today, right? I still don't know what happened. Still have no idea. For some strange reason, the YouTube stream just stopped on us, right? And it said something like, it gave everybody a notice like it was either a copyright violation, or somebody had reported the stream against the community guidelines. I don't know. I know I don't use any sort of copywritten material or anything. All of the music in the pre-roll, that's all from Epidemic. So that is completely cleared on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, you name it. Hell, I could use that shit on my podcast. So, I don't know. And the weird thing is that there's no copyright strikes on me or any notices or anything like that on the back end of YouTube. So the only thing I can think of is that it's either someone reported us against freaking community guidelines or something, or it's a glitch in the matrix, which I tend to think it's probably the latter and not the former, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's because we were talking about stripping paint. We don't want to talk about that, because then it could get weird, right? Then it might think that we're talking about, right? That, I don't know. It was dumb. And the video's not even in the back end. Like, it's just not there. It's like, ghost. So, I contacted YouTube right after the stream. Who knows if they're even going to respond. They're terrible at that. So, I don't know. You guys. It kind of sucks. If worse, I'll keep an eye on it, and if worse comes to worst, I'll just download it from one of the other platforms and re-upload the thing. What's the worst that could happen, right? Anyway. Dumb. It's just dumb. Hey! Dopey Opie, new follower. Thank you. Appreciate that. I like the name too, Dopey Opie. You get one of these. Hey! Dopey Opie 420 with the sub. Love it. Love it. Thank you. Appreciate you. So yeah. So it's just, it's a bit weird. I don't know. And it very well could be a glitch in the Matrix. You know? It could be, that YouTube was just, glitching out. You know? This happened a couple months ago, if you guys remember. And, it was just it was very, very odd, right? And the weird thing is like we've talked about worse shit on Mechanism. Like what the? What's up with that? Ricky Paul Carlson over there on YouTube, he says you might get put on double secret probation. Oh shit! Where's Dean Wormer? Right? Time to throw a toga party, kids. Yeah. I'm not going out like that. I'm going to tell you that much right now. Hell yeah. Wilson, our boy Wilson Allen, he's over there on the Facebook page. And he says, whenever I do live streams, YouTube notifies me right away if I violated any copyrights for music. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I said, I use Epidemic Music. So that all of that, like, is completely cleared on all platforms. Like, they go through strenuous clearances and stuff. So it can't be that. I don't know anybody. I don't know a single person with a legit Epidemic Music account that's ever gotten flagged. So I don't think it's the music. Let's put it that way. But Wilson says, yeah, for my background music while streaming, he says, so yeah, someone just reported you. Fuckers. What are you gonna do? Right? Hey, it just goes to show you we're doing something right if they did report us, right? And you know, the other thing is, I don't even know if it was that, because Facebook YouTube incorporates a modicum of AI for their live streaming, right? And the tolerances on that can be high, they can be low, it can be set off by a single word, so it can be any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's not a person watching people watching every live stream. It's just not possible. It's not possible. So I think it's just in the system. I think it's a glitch in the system. I just think it is what it is. And like I said, if worse comes to worse, I can just download it from one of the other platforms and re-upload the damn thing. It's not a big deal, right? Not a big deal at all. I mean, it's not like I made any monetization on it at that point because it was still live. And there's been no watches or anything like that because it's gone. So, yeah, it's just weird, man. It's just really, really weird. And if I do go to re-up it, what I'll probably do is re-up it and keep it in a private link. Obviously not for the masses. And, by the time it parses through their system and everything, it'll tell me, you did this bad, whatever, I'm not really worried about it. We're going to keep doing the same shit that we always do, right? Fuck them. What are they going to do? Huh? What are they going to do? They're going to throw me off YouTube. For what? Building little plastic robots? Come on, man. Come on, man. Really? Killing me here. Anyway, I want to show you guys something. I got some stuff, and I want to show you guys something. It's not anything having to do with modeling. I'm going to tell you that right now. But it could greatly aid in the process of things. Trust me. Stay right there. Don't you move, or I'm gonna put a copyright claim against you and report you to the authorities. Anywho, all right. So this is what I got. I got this today. I got this in the mail. Obviously, that's a tripod, or that's a camera mount. That's a ball head right there, right? But that's not what I wanted to show you. What I want to show you what it's attached to. Bang! Right there. This is called a tension arm, or a magic arm, or 100 other different names to it, right? So let me show you here real quick, right quick. Let me take off the mount here real quick, okay? So that's a separate piece. Very good mount, by the way. This what is this? This is per gear, $20. Great camera mount, ball head, the whole 9 yards. That's what I have the overhead camera mounted on. But this is the moneymaker right here. God, how many of these do I even have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is number 7 now. Yeah. So let me tell you what this is, because like I said, this could come in very handy with pretty much anything, right? Obviously, this is a piece of camera gear, right? You can mount, you can mount a camera head to this, and put your camera on here. Julius Dembski says, "Is that for the undertable camera?" You better watch it. You better watch it, Julius. I'll invite you to my OnlyFans. Watch me get taken down for that, right? Jesus. I don't have an OnlyFans. I'm just playing. Anyway, so I use this in a lot of different situations. 3 of these arms are holding the lights. There's one over yonder here that's attached to my spray booth. There's one right up here lighting this area here that's attached to the shelves. And then there's one right behind the camera with the light coming down on me, right? Oh, nice. Bill says, "Oh, I know what happened. Tim got reported for abuse. Remember, he kept thumping poor little camera 2? Then he even killed it for a second. Evil!" Right? Jesus Christ. Anyway, these are cool little arms because, like I said, this is by a company called Small Rig. Very, very reputable, camera gear manufacturer and everything. And I absolutely love these things. So basically what this is, it's a 2-stage arm, right? And you've got this little tension screw here. And if you undo that, everything just is all loosey-goosey, right? You can bend it any which way you want it. And basically it's like that, right? But say you get it into this position here, right? You twist that little tension knob, and this thing is rock solid, and it's not going anywhere. That's why they call it a tension arm, right? Like I said, you can mount cameras to this. You can mount lights, video lights and stuff to this. I even have a half-size one of this with a phone mount on it out in my office area that holds my phone, right? I just have it connected to the side of my desk. It's facing, basically positioned so the phone is facing me. So every time I just look down to it, it opens right up, the whole 9 yards. So these are great little tools. And then you've got the jaw little clamp down here. Now, some tension arms come with this. The Small Rigs, you have to buy these separately. And I'm not too mad at that, because these are higher quality little kind of clamps here than the ones that I got with the arms. And the other arms were not small gear, sadly, because these are now my new favorite. But, you just twist that, the jaw opens up, twist it back, and it clamps down. Obviously, you can clamp this to a bar like this. This opens up real wide. So you can clamp it right on the end of a table that's like 1.5 inches thick, right? Position this thing any way, which way you want, and man, it's great. It's great. So I'm telling you right now, kids, if you want to make your life easier, this is the way to go. These little tension mounts and tension arms by Small Rig. What is it? These, you get a 2-pack of the jaws. And Mike Skyer says, are there longer ones? There are longer ones. You're gonna probably end up paying a lot more, but there are longer ones. In fact, who is it? Elgato, the people that make Stream Deck, they actually have this tension arm. It's kind of brand new, that either clamps to your desk or sits on a weighted base, and you can have your camera basically be overhead at that point. No need to do what I do and mount it to the wall or anything. So that's kind of cool there too. But yeah, you can find longer ones. They are kind of on the expensive side. This arm right here is about 11 inches, almost 12. And this cost me, I think it was like 17 for one arm. And then a 2-pack of the jaws, I think were like 14, something like that. So I actually got a 2-pack of the jaws, and then I got 2 new arms here as well. So super useful, because these are just 1/4 20 screws up here, and that's such a common, width and thread count. It's not even funny. So these come in very handy. I even got one back here holding up the screen in the back. That's actually what's suspending it up and holding it for me. So that's goes to show you can mount almost anything to these. It's amazing. And even this little tripod head, this is a 3/8 inch 3/8 inch female port there. That's for normal tripods. But this comes with a 3/8 to 1/4, and this will now mount on here, just like that, and it's rock solid. Not going anywhere. 100% rock solid. I would put my DSLR on this and never worry at all. Just saying. So, very cool stuff, guys. Very cool stuff. All of this is in the Amazon link, like you would expect, but man, it makes life so much easier and all of that. So, yeah, good stuff. Pab says, careful, Tim, your other nerd is showing. Hey, you know what? We have to be good at a lot of different things to do the shit that we do, man. To run a stream like this, I gotta be good at video, photography, production, all that stuff, right? Even when it comes down to the music. Y'all like the music, right? I love the music that's in the pre-roll. So of course that's why I use it, right? But you gotta be good at kind of all that to have a successful stream. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Bill has a very good point. He says, is it your inner nerd if he does it for a living? That's a very fair question. It's a very fair question, right? Yeah. Let's see. Mike Skyer's over there on YouTube. He says, why so many? Give us the 7 camera angles, right? Well, since at least 3 of the arms are holding up lights, and then a 4th one is holding the monitor, and then the little one out there on my desk, and then the 2 new ones. So that makes the 7. Sorry. Terry T says, I got a bunch of those to mount video and audio monitors on stage. Oh, hell yeah. They're great, aren't they? I mean, they're just like it's like a Swiss Army knife for mounting solutions. It's crazy. And you can get other mounts. You don't have to use the jaw clamps either. I just find those most, the most convenient, right? They have the C clamps that have the little tension knob, the little screw that, goes up this way and clamps onto the desk and everything. So those are really nice too. Small Rig has a bunch of those mounting solutions. So, yeah. let's see. Robert Cottrell's over there on Facebook. He says, hey, Tim. What's going on, Robert? Good to see you, buddy. Jared Kenneth Weaver is also over there on Facebook. He says, what are you working on tonight? Well, we just started, and we're just kind of... we were talking about a little bit of camera gear, but we're going to move into the GBWC build here in just a moment. We need to get caught up with the chat first, right? Let's see. Zero Kai says, Pabby is being a bully. Why? What are you doing, Pabs? Christ. Oh, yeah, he says, careful, Tim. Your other nerd is showing. I guess I wasn't the only one that read inner, right? Because Bill's with me. Bill, you're with me, right? Anyway. Mike Skyer says, do you pay monthly for Epidemic Sounds, or did you do 1 month and grab a bunch of songs you liked and unsubbed? No, actually, I got the year. So I paid for that before all of this happened. So I paid for that. And I also paid for a lifetime subscription for a new service called Audio, or however the hell you pronounce it. But they've got some really cool songs too. They don't have the clearances like Epidemic does, so you can only use them on pre-recorded videos. But still, for a lifetime subscription, it wasn't bad. It was like $200 for a lifetime subscription, and they've got some really good music on there, like really, really good. Stuff that you've seen in major commercials. It's good stuff. It is good stuff. Let's see. Pabs says, "Nah, while I don't have the same type of equipment as Tim, I do have to do the same things." Yeah. And trust me, I don't have great equipment doing this stuff. Like, it's kind of bare bones. I get by with cheap stuff. Let's put it that way, right? I get by with cheap stuff. Like, the face cam, that's a C920. 922 that I've had for, obviously, a couple years. And then the overhead cam is Rebel T7i, right? That's probably the most expensive part in this whole setup. No, I take that back. The lens is the most expensive part in this whole setup. But that came with the kit lens that I got on my 5D Mark II like a decade ago. So that's bought and paid for. So what are you going to do? But yeah, I mean, everything else, I mean, hell, the mic was what? $45. The lights were maybe, I have two of these little panel lights. Those were maybe $25, $30. Yeah. It's an inexpensive streaming setup. Even the computer that is running this is, number one, super old. And two, I'm surprised that we're getting 1080 out of it. Streaming. So, yeah. It is what it is. Practical Zaku 36 is over there on Twitch. They say hello. What's going on? Let's see. Get caught up here because you guys are talking a little too fast. Let's see. Pabs is just teasing me. Fair. Hoo-ha, hee-ha, ho. That'll wake you up in the morning. Hello. Bill says, one of us, one of us. He says, wait, wrong universe. Resistance is futile. Wow. Andrew says, I like the new floor lamp I got at Maynard's, whatever it's called. Need more of those. There you go. Right? Ricky Paul Carson says, now buying gear for my stream setup. I really hate being subbed to you. Sorry, man. Let's see. Ricky called Tim a damn Borg. What? Come on. Resistance is futile. Just saying. Let's see. Julio's over there. He says, what up, you old particle cannon? What's up, you old meat hawk? Manny says, nothing much, just making my way to Stillwell Ave. Don't know what that is, but that sounds fun. Yeah, sounds like fun. Anywho, Ricky Paul Carson says, that was me being polite because I didn't want to utter the real words I was thinking. Youch. Hulu says, working the overnight, Manny. Oof, I don't know. Mike Skyer says, I want to start doing video presentations for my completed Gunpla builds and wanted some copyright-free music. He says, I've been digging through Epidemic crates for music and found some I like, but I haven't pulled the trigger. Yeah, dude, I mean, I love Epidemic because not only do they have great music, and they're adding music like literally every day, they also have an amazing library of effects and sounds and stuff like that, like crazy, some really good ones too, right? So I like Epidemic, and the cool thing is that I've never gotten a copyright hit on me from any platform. Even today, I didn't get a copyright. So I don't know what happened today, but anyway, we've already talked about that. But yeah, I could not recommend Epidemic more, honestly, than I am. So it's really good, like really good. I was hesitant to pull the trigger as well when I looked at the price, and I was just like, I don't know about that. But I'm glad I did, honestly. I'm really glad I did. So, yeah. Kenneth is over there on YouTube. He says, Tim, did Tim use the same lights for work area? One from spray area. Oh, no, I'm talking about just camera lights, right? So the workbench here, or the workbench that you saw on Instagram and Facebook, those are different. Those are completely different. Yeah. I did post a little bit ago about the new upgrades for the workbench. Those are nice. $25. Oh, great amount of light. Now I can see what the hell I'm doing when I go resin casting, right? It was very dark before. Very dark area. And I didn't like it, so I found a solution for it, and $25, it was an easy money spent. Yeah. Manny says, maybe I did last night and I am on 3 hours of sleep. Woof. Damn. Sorry, dude. Andrew says, the Logitech webcam you recommended to me last year is getting its first use tomorrow, Tim. Nice. Using it for a virtual doctor's appointment. Hey, as long as you're using it, man, right? Terry T's with us over there on YouTube. He says, the Brit road crews I worked with called the tension arm fiddly arms. That's very British. I'm just going to say that. That's very, very British. I don't know if Alex Andrews is with us, but that sounds like something a Brit would say. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Yeah. Actually, I think it's pretty damn funny. So, gotta love the British, man. Bill says, Kenneth, his spray booth is segregated pretty well. It has its own lighting. Yes, that is also a fact. The spray booth I built in the lighting with some fluorescent bulbs, some tubes and stuff in there. So that is all self-contained. Yeah. The camera lights that I use are just little LED panel lights by Viltrox. Again, what's not on the Amazon list, right? I use everything on there. That's why I put it on the list, because I recommend it, right? But those are on there. Those are like, what, $25, $35 a piece, something like that. Yeah. Let's see. Merritt says, cool. Same boat here. Maybe if I ramp up my content. Hey, do it, man. Now's the time, right? Zero Kai, Mr. Nathan. He says, Tim, I also ordered Clash for the Deities from Mr. Dash. It's a damn good book. Damn good book, right? Very, very good. Julio says, I need another webcam, damn it. Dude, you can't get webcams right now. They're like stupid expensive. It's crazy. Kenneth says, I was looking for similar lights for my table. Sadly, my area doesn't have a roof platform. Ah, gotcha. There are other solutions. Kenneth, look in the Amazon link because I also have added a bunch of table lights that clamp onto the side of your table that are like basically big flexible arms with some really bright LED lights on them. Really, really cool stuff. So go check that out and something like that might be very useful for you. Just saying. Yeah. Because you can clamp them to the side of your table, to the side of your workbench, maybe even to the side of your spray booth, if that's, you know, hefty, right? But yeah, I added a bunch of lighting to the Amazon list just the other day, actually. So yeah, go take a look. You might find something in there that's interesting. Or if you see something in there, that may lead you to another thing that's very interesting. Yeah. He says, currently I'm using a cheap IKEA lamp. You know what? We've all been there, right? I still have cheap IKEA lamps. Those little knot lamps, the NOT, the knot, they're literally called knot. God, I think we used to have like, I want to say at least like 5 or 6 of them all throughout the house. And they were good little lamps. Just saying. Really good. So, let's see. Hefty. Wimpy. Boom. All right. Anyway, Zirkai says, also, does anyone have a copy of the Scratch Build Revolution? Was wondering if anyone can scan the book for me, and I'll pay you for it. Whew. That's a perfect way to ruin a good book, though, by opening it up and flexing it back like that. I'm just saying, because I've done that with other books, and it just fell apart. Anyway, Chris Degger's over there on YouTube. He says, hello, everyone, and I would recommend adding a strip of LED to your work area. I got mine on Amazon for like $10. They are rad for my spray booth and work area. Hell yeah, and if you get them bright enough, man, they will light up like the sun. Just saying. Anyway, let's get to work, shall we? Get the eyes on. But first, we're talking a lot. I'm a little thirsty here, so cheers. All right, camera 2. There we go. Now, if you were in the live stream today, you saw us working on this little guy right here, right? And look at that. Watch this. Yeah. She's working again. Good little camera 2. Pab says, I also don't recommend it. Support your book authors. Well, I guess there is that point too, I guess, right? And honestly, Zero Kai, if I made a book, would you want to bootleg it? Would you? Just asking. Just saying. Small creators and all. What are you gonna do? Anyway, I don't want to put Nathan on a guilt trip. That's not my deal. Anyway, let's get back to this thing, yeah? Now, what we did earlier, let's take that little vent thing off here. This is kind of what we did. We did a little scribing around here. We added some little strips of plastic. We still need to clean out the super glue, squeeze out on all of these little things. But we got this little roundy bit there. We did a little floating notch there. That little plate, that little X plate. I think that so far is looking pretty nice. Yeah. But what we were working with before we were so rudely interrupted was this little vent deal here, right? Trying to get that to marry up to the little circle, this little circular detail, right? Now, I think I've got a better solution here. I think so. But to really see if this is a better solution, I need to cut into this a little bit more and check to see if it'll work. Because as of right this second, it's not working for us. This little guy is just not doing its thing. So, before anything, let's get our 1, 2, 3 blocks in here, and let's do a little bit more surgery, shall we? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come in. We're going to cut through that fairly deep into this part. And then we're going to cut this at a fairly steep angle and notch that out of there. Okay. And that's pretty good, but this bottom part is not straight, so we're going to continue to fine-tune this shape down here. All right, so that's pretty good. I don't know if that straight cut is deep enough, though, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. It is not. Womp womp. It is not. So let's continue on here. We're going to put this down so I don't cut myself. And we're going to cut a little bit deeper. Ah, and it cut right through. Son of a bitch. That's okay. That's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to cut back a little closer to the piece, right? Ah, and it cut through again. See, once you get through the meat of this thing, these two side walls are super thin, and the knife just goes right through. So we're going to end up with a pretty short vent here, it would seem. Or we just swap this out for something else, because I have other vents. Okay. All right. So that's so far, that's looking decent, that angle. We just need to be kind of ginger with our cutting here, right? Break it off. There we are. All right, let's see what that looks like. Nah. It's just not there. It's just not there. All right, we're gonna toss that idea. Done with it. Just done with it, right? Done. Let's see. Yeah, Brandon, I saw that. I will work up the take a look at the shipping price, and I will reply to you either tonight or sometime tomorrow. So, but thank you. Yeah, I did see that come across the phone. I just haven't, unfortunately, had a chance to get back to you. Yeah. Let's see. Bill says to Zero Kai, will go look real quick and see if I can find it anywhere. Oh, isn't that nice of Bill? That is nice of him. Zero Kai says, guys, never mind. If USA Gundam Store restocks it again, I'll buy it. There you go. There you go. Support small businesses. That's good. It's actually for my workbench area. There you go. From Kenneth to Bill. There you go. Chris Decker says USA Gundam Store is sold out. I'll look for it. Someplace might be in stock. He says found one on eBay for $40. That's cover price. That is cover price. That's not bad. That is not bad. Let's see. Terry T says if you have a part of the book that you were looking for, I might be able to send a picture of it for you. I don't think I would scan the book since it won't come out good and copyright. Zero Kai says it says it's out of stock. He said he didn't notice it. Terry, it's fine. I'll find it on my own, and a Plus, I have a book coming in soon. There you go. Hey, probably Mr. Dash's, right? And like I said, that's a good book. That is a good book. Beautiful work in it. Beautiful work. All right. Moving on. Let's go in a different direction from what we were working on. Let's see what this looks like right here. That right there would be the perfect size. Also the perfect height. We can do something with that. We can do something with that. So this is what, 3/4 millimeter? That's what it feels like. Let's see. Zero this out. Yeah, 3/4 millimeter this strip. Okay, so let's see. What about this right here? This is full 1 millimeter. Let's see what that would look like. That is a bit too tall, so we do have to go with 3/4 millimeter strip here, and I think this is probably 3/4 by 2.5. Yep, 3/4 by 2.5. There we go. Cool. All right, so this strip right here, I think, is going to be what we need to do. I think so. All right, let's try something here, kids. This is a 5. This little roundy bit here is a 5 millimeter minus mold, and what we're gonna do is we're going to center this oh so carefully. Is that centered? Oh, it's not even on screen. Shit. Right about there. Right about there. All right, and then trace that curvature in there. And now what we can do, clip off the big portion of it here, right? Just like that. And then we can go in with our hobby knife and just trim out the rest. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we'll fine tune it with our file here. All right, so let's see what that looks like, yeah? That's perfect. That, my friends, is a perfect fit. That's what Daddy likes. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, so we're going to cut this off right about here. And I'll square this up on the, we'll square this up on the chopper, but just to kind of get the overall length of this thing, that's kind of what we're doing, all right? So let's square the end on the chopper here right quick. We're just going to chop off just a smidgen of that. But yeah, that's about perfect right there. All right, so now I had thoughts of beveling, you know, chopping off the, and bevel the two corners, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I just want to make a nice single bevel right there, just like that. Just keep that as a flat edge, right? But if you look at it in profile, just like that. I think that's a good look. That's what I like anyways. Okay. And pop that right there. Yeah. Yeah. Daddy likes. Daddy likes. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Daddy likes. All right. Let's cut another one, a matching one of these, so that we can duplicate it on the other side, right? So, get this curve started with the knife. Try to get that as centered as possible here. There we go. And then we'll take our little file here, our curved file. And just kind of work that curvature down to where it needs to be. Okay. Just like that. And now let's see on the other side if that fits nicely. We got a little fine-tuning still to go. Little fine-tuning still to go. Okay. Now, let's check that again. That's much better. Much, much better. Excellent. Excellent. All right, let's match these two up. Looking good there. And we'll cut off a little more than what we need, just to be on the safe side. Just to be on the safe side. And what we'll do is put these two down here. Match up the length. Make a cut right there. Now we're completely matched. And then we'll put in our sweeping bevel here right at the end. And just like that. Let's make sure. Nope, we are not straight at all. But that's now straight. Perfect. Okay, let's match up the length and make sure both are the same. And focus. There we go. Very nice. Perfect. Okay, so we have two matching strip pieces. Yeah. So let's get these installed. Yeah. Let's get these installed on this thing. Okay. There we are. Just a little teeny drop of super glue. And now placement. That looks pretty straight to me. Yeah. That looks good. That looks good. All right, so let's address the other side here. Okay. Looking good there. All right, same thing. Let's get this. Let's get the placement set on this. Yeah. All right. That looks pretty damned even to me. Front and back. Nice and nice. Let's check the top down. Easier said than done, but I think it looks good. All right, rock and roll. So we'll let that completely cure, but that's looking really good. That's looking really good. Now, this little box up here on the top, we've got some pretty nasty mold lines running right along both edges, right? So we'll need to clear off that. That's gotta be priority one here at this point, because those things are just disgustingly horrid, right? But this little mark right there, that's supposed to be there, so we don't want to clear that off. That's what holds down the bar thingy, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come from this direction and just start scraping this down. And that way we avoid eliminating that little nubby there that's actually supposed to be there, right? It's actually supposed to be there. Flatten that out a little bit. That looks good. Same thing on this side. There's a nasty little mold line right there that we need to get rid of. Just scrape it down. There we are. There we are. And same thing on this side. Okay. So now that little block there looks pretty good. Let's do the same thing on the other side before we forget. Because, hell, Lord knows we don't need mold lines in our GBWC models. Right? I mean, who leaves mold lines in their GBWC models? That's terrible. It's just lazy. Anyway. Let's see. We need to start here. Work our way down. There we are. Nice. And for finishing sake, we need to do the back of this piece as well. There we are. All right, so this piece here is completely cleaned up. It's looking pretty good. Looking good. Around that side, all that's looking very nice and clean. So, oops, and it's backwards. There. That's actually the right orientation. There we are. Let's see. Hooger says, when you think of me, remember it's the return of the Mac. Jesus. I haven't heard that song in so long. Return of the Mac. Was it Mark Morrison? I think his name was. You lied to me. I loved that song. Oh my God, man. When that was, God, I was in high school. Yeah, no, yeah, I was in high school when that came out. You lied to me. Jesus, what a great song. It was like his only hit, like straight one-hit wonder, right? All right, but that's looking good. Camera's autofocusing today too. Yeah? Yeah. Bang. Let's see. Let's get caught up, yeah? You lied to me. God damn it, Julio. Look at him. He's singing. He's literally singing in the chat. I didn't know that was possible. Manny says, I thought it was the hot stepper. God. What was that? Eni Kamosi? Was Return of the Hot Stepper? Was that him? Eni Kamosi? I think that was him. I think, yeah. Here come the hot stepper, murderer. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that was Eni or Eni Kamosi. I forget which. I don't know how. I don't really give a shit how you pronounce it, but yeah, I think it was Eni or Eni, meeny, miny, mosey, Kamosi, whatever the fuck his name was. But I think that was like one of his one hits only. Yeah. Here come the hot stepper, murderer. My lyrical gangsta murderer. Yeah. Watch me get hit with a fucking copyright on that shit, right? For singing it. God. Anyway, let's get caught up. Shall we? I think so. Let's see. No, actually, Julius Sarge, what's going on? He says, Bill, do you have any tips or techniques for wet sanding parts before paint prep? I think Bill is out of the office right now, it looks like. Yeah, he might be looking for Scratch Build Revolution. But yeah, Will said use wet sanding paper. Yeah. He says, do you go through different grits? What is the last grit you use? It depends on the finish that you want to get, Sarge. If you're just going flat matte coat, I wouldn't go any higher than 800. Because wet 800 is way more smooth than a dry 800. That's just how it is, right? If you want a high gloss, then obviously you're going to go a little bit higher. You'll probably go 2,000, 3,000. You know, if you really want to go kind of overboard, then you could step it up to 5,000 to 10,000. And then if you really wanted to go stupid, on your final, after you use your final top coat, then you can use like a polishing compound on that and get that to like a mirror shine. So it depends on how far you want to take it, right? Depends on how far you want to take it. Mr. Flynn, Burger Craig Flynn, he's over there on YouTube. What's going on, buddy? Henderson says, seam lines in GBWC build. Hey. Chris Decker says, that plastic sound is so soothing. LOL, it's like ASMR for Gumball. Wow, don't. Yeah, let's not do that. I don't want to do that. Let's see. Andrew says, which list... Oh, this is a question.
We have a question.
Which list did you put your new work area lights under on Amazon? I think it's under the camera. I think it's under the camera stuff. Let me look. Try and Error says over there on Twitch, he said, my stream stopped while you were singing. Damn, thought the algorithm jumped to Twitch. Oh shit, wouldn't that be a real pisser? God. I'm singing terribly and just get stopped on all of the the platforms, right? Jeez, that'd be a real heartache. Okay, so it doesn't look like the strip lights are... Doesn't look like those are under the tools. Let's look at streaming equipment here. I think it's under there. Yeah, okay, so Andrew, it's under streaming equipment, and it's right near the little tension arms down near the bottom of, well, actually it's more like the middle of the list, right? You're going to see the 3 strip lights, the little field monitor is in there, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it's on the streaming equipment portion of the list. So hopefully that helps, right? Let's see. Where do we leave off? Oh yeah, Vincent Lewis. What's up, Vince? He says, "Yep, that him," and "Yep, and only hit." Shaking my head, right? Let's see. The Ungawa is over there on YouTube. He says, "What's the determining factor in wanting to wet sand over dry sand?" Wet sand is always a good finishing technique, right? It gets everything just so much smoother. There's no real determination. It's just really it's part of my surface prep before painting. It smooths everything out really nicely. It gets rid of any unwanted scratches. It just makes everything just generally smoother, and it allows the paint to go on smoother as well. And I find when I wet sand, everything just happens better for some reason. Like, primer goes down easy, paint goes down smooth, and it sticks. And even the clear coat just goes down smoother because you've already built up that base of smoothness. Everything just works out. So, yeah. Chris Digger says, going full stupid is the best stupid. That I will totally agree with you on that one. Yes. Bill says, sorry, Zurkai, not even eBay had any for sale. Ugh. Yeah, because it's just out of print, man. It's just out of print. That's what it comes down to, right? Julie says, thanks to me and Will. Wrote it down in my notes. Damn, Julius is taking notes. Nice. Let's see. Ty Furious is over there on YouTube. He says, wet sand, when you can, it cuts down on particles becoming airborne. That's also a side effect, yeah. Zero Kai says, it's fine, Bill. Thanks again. Nice. Flynn says, just popped in to say hi, fella. Have a good stream. Back to work. Man, if you guys aren't following Craig Flynn over there, Mr. Flynn Burger, you're going to miss out on his amazing workshop build, his little dio of his 135th Gundam arm. He's got it painted. Now he's got to weather it. It looks awesome painted. I can't wait. Bill says to Julius Dembski, what are you planning to wet sand that can make a difference? True. Also a good idea when working with... this is Merritt just talking. Resin. I guess he didn't want to trigger Pabs, you know? Chris Degger says, has anyone here ever painted their Neo Zeong? I can't even imagine how long that would take. My friend Angel, one of those Gundam guys, has painted a Neo Zeong, and his looks amazing. Really amazing. And I don't know how long it took him, but I'm sure it took him a while. But he is fast at painting, so I don't know. He could have done it in like a couple days for all I know. Who knows? Let's see. Mayor says, so you don't breathe in nasty dust. Yeah, he says, since resin dust is toxic. He says, I didn't whisper that. Yeah, fair enough. I did. William says, I want to know how many people even have the high-grade Neo Zeong. But yeah, that would take a lot of paint. Yeah. A lot. A lot. Let's see. Chris Degger says, I have one. He says, I have a Venom figure sitting in the cockpit. Holy shit. That's awesome. Hadron says, to me, War Machines doesn't need a mirror surface unless it's meant for display. That is, if we are trying to make builds more realistic. Yeah, true. That's a very good point, Hadron. Sometimes you just kind of want to go off the deep end and just have fun with it. Just do something stupid. And maybe change it up a bit. I don't know. Just have fun. I personally like the realistic stuff, but I can also see the draw of just kind of being fancy, doing that. It is what it is. Gunpla is free. That's dumb. Anyway. Hi, Craig. Mr. Colin is over there on YouTube. He says, Flynn's welder LED in the diorama looks sick. Dude, it does. That's like my favorite part of his dio right now, is the little flashing LED to simulate the welding torch, right? Let's see. William Williams says, damn, I missed my opportunity to get one, so I settled with the SD instead, right? Edwin RSA, he's over there with us on YouTube. He says, Neo Zeong, 2 weeks and more. Someone I know did that for GBWC. Nice. Mara Philbin says, or if you want to intimidate our enemies, there is something to an ace standing out and striking fear into the enemy. There you go. Chris Degger says, a friend of mine who got his in Japan never built it, and I traded him for my mega-size Sharzaku that I fully kitted out, painted, and all that. Nice. William Williams says, even war machines are made of parade pretty for the higher ups. That's a very good point. Yeah, parade pretty. I kind of like that term. Is that a common term in the military, Will? Something tells me that it is. It feels that way. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. That's all I'm saying. All right. So, back to this thingy. I think we're looking good. I like everything here. I want to let the glue cure completely before I go back in and clean it up. I want to move on to something different, right? Let's see. If we pop this guy back in here like that, it kind of tells us where our limitations are with this. Ooh. I see something we got to do that we did not do before. All right, so let's get rid of these. Put that over there. 0.20, our good old buddy. Get your eyes on for this. Let's see. Andrew has a question.
We have a question.
But Will says, yes, it is. That is a military term. Wow. Might have to steal that. Anyway, Andrew says, anyone know how to do a weathering style that makes the piece look like it went through a sandstorm? What I would probably say, Andrew, is hit up Wilson Alanea on Facebook, right? Wilson's our boy. I'm sure he'll be able to answer your question for you. Or if you post it in the Mech Army Facebook page, I'm sure he'll probably see it there too. And then you might get other answers as well. But then Bill says, look up Gundam Taz on Instagram. That's another one I was going to suggest. Those two are kind of like my masters of weathering, so to speak, right? Because they're both so damn good at it. But if it was me, I'd probably go to town with some of the Tamiya sets, especially the one that's marked sand, and probably dirty up the feet and stuff like that, get that nice and dusty, and all that stuff, right? But I would keep it kind of almost like on a gradient up the suit, right? Like I would keep it more heavily concentrated on the feet and lower extremities than I would the higher ones. Just because if you think about it, a 40-foot tall robot, if it's in a you know, if it's in a sandy gust or whatever, then chances are it's going to get dirtier on the bottom half than it is the top half because it's so damn tall, right? That's just what my logic is telling me. I don't know. I would go through and look for pictures of sandstorms, and I'm sure you'll probably find like cars and buildings and stuff like that that have been through those. Those would probably be good resources for what you're attempting. But yeah, both of those guys I'm sure will knock it out of the park for you. Yeah, and Bill says Taz has some great examples and will happily chat with you to get your desired results. Absolutely. Yeah, and Mike Skyers, that's actually not a bad suggestion. He says just watch Mad Max. That's actually a really, really good suggestion because that all happens in a post-apocalyptic kind of sandstorm. So, yeah, basically. Superset5 says, I found my mold release agent after I cut up my V-fins to both the new and Death Scythe. So now I'm using the V-fin from the old 1100 Death Scythe Hell TV high grade. Well, there you go. Rock and roll. See, there we go. Good stuff. Okay, anyway, back to this. So one of the things that we have not done yet, and we worked on panel separation a little earlier, and I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't notice this, but excuse me, this line right here between these two pieces obviously needs some form of separation there. So let's get on this, shall we? It'd be great if I could actually see what the hell I was doing. Okay. All right, so now let's see how that comes in here. All right, so that's all still very visible right there when that barrel is connected. Okay, cool. So now we know where and what to scribe. So we need to bring a line around this part here too. And let's do our due diligence here. Let's crack these apart. That'll make it easier on us. Here we are. All right, and then we've got to get in this little cranny right here, that little section there. Now, probably just going to push into this with my chisel and then just kind of attempt to just clear that out there and then try to wrap it up there on the side. All right, so last line we have to do is this bottom one here. There we are. Perfect. All right, so we got to do our due diligence, and we got to wrap this line right around the bottom here. Or else it just doesn't look right, in my opinion, right? So now that all looks pretty damn separated. Got some nice deep shadows there on these lines. That's what we're talking about. Very good. Very good stuff. Excellent. All right, let's do the other side here right quick. That's a smooth line. It was chirping at us. Did you hear it? It's chirping. When the plastic squeals like that, that's when you know you got a very, very, very smooth, even panel line. Here, listen to it again if you can hear it. Let's see. Oop, that didn't do it. Just went zip, right? That's how you know you have a nice smooth panel line. So let's continue on here. And there it is again. This plastic is just, it's good. Sometimes you get brittle plastic. Sometimes you get plastic that's too soft. This is basically right in the middle. This is just, it's good. Density is good. Hardness is good. Everything just really, really quality. And that's kind of how you know you've got good styrene in your hand. Is that when it chirps like that and it just makes a one quick little sound, that's a clear indication. And when the panel lines carve really, really nice and sharp, that's just obviously a giveaway as well. And these are carving in really nice. And there we go. All right. So we'll put this thing back together. We'll put the little rockets back in here. We'll put that back into place. And there we go. Those. Wow, camera's on tonight. Knew I was mad at it earlier. But those shadows and everything there, especially in real life, looking at it like just how I am, looks really good. Looks really, really good. All right, so let's get these two connected there. Let's get this on here, and then we can kind of plot our next strategy, right? Because I think what we're going to do is work on the top, just the top up here, right? So before we begin that, let's get that top scuffed up so we can make some marks and draw out our design and all that good fun stuff, right? Okay. Now, I think what we're going to do is have a mix between positive and negative details here, right? And what I mean by positive details are things like this, stuff we glue on. Negative details are going to be, material we take away, like scribing, notches, etc. So we're going to have a combination of both up here, I think. What's the width on this thing? Let's find that out. That is 8.4. Yeah, 8.4 millimeters. So if we use a 6.3, that would leave us with a solid millimeter on both sides. And that would look fairly nice, right? We pull it back just about, I don't know, 5 or so millimeters. That's not bad. Let's get a measurement this way here too, just to see. When we're looking at 20, 21. Yeah, 21 millimeter. All right, let's put a 15 millimeter strip on here. 15 millimeter. That sounds like a winner to me. So we're gonna get our L square here on the millimeter side, and we're gonna lock this in at 15 millimeter. But let's get all of the crud off of the deck of the chopper here, right? All right, so first things first, let's square up one of the ends. And then that's 15 millimeter. There we go. All right. Trying to think what kind of design I want this to be. I want it to be somewhat of a beefy detail. Let's go digging in the crates here of inspiration, shall we? Let's see. Let's open this up here. Open up, damn it. And let's see. I have like a folder on my phone of ideas, right? And let's get some inspiration, shall we? I'm not going to show you guys, cuz you'll see it eventually. Trust me. Ooh. We have an idea, kids. We have an idea. Ooh, that's nice too, though. Decisions. Okay. I think we have a winner. So this little strip, that little strip there, if we do this idea, then we're gonna need to front load it. Okay. We got it now. All right. So this is gonna be beefy. It's gonna have some beef to it. Big beef, like Julio said, right? Big beef. Big beef. Big and beefy. Let's go. All right. So, what we're gonna do? This is at 15, right? See something here on the inspirational image. Wait, ooh, that's nice too. Shit. There's so many images that I got saved in here that are nice. That's the one. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, artichoke. Let's go. We're going to set this at 1 centimeter, 10 millimeters right there. We're going to lock this into place. We are going to take this big old beefy 4 millimeter wide by, look at that, 2 millimeters thick. Say what? Yes. Yes, kids, that's what we're doing here. We are using the big The big stuff. Chopping through that like it's butter. Now, it doesn't matter if these ends are straight or not. In fact, this end right here, that's perfectly straight. This end right here, not so goddamn much. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. We want that. We want that end being weird like that. Okay? So, let's build this up and then we'll install it on the thingy. Okay? Get our block on here. Let's get that on there. Let's get this working for us there. Nice. I like that so far. Yeah. Okay. So, so this is 4 millimeters. Then we go. Yes. Okie dokie. Okay. So what we're gonna do is grab our 1.5 millimeter scribing jig. Okay, 1.5 millimeter. Now, what we're gonna do is we're going to grab our 0.3 millimeter here, right? Follow me here. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Now, we're gonna set a line right down the middle here. Now, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying to yourself. You're saying, Tim, that's a 4 millimeter. 1.5 is not half of 4 millimeters. Now, I know this. Trust me, you guys. I know this. I'm not going to disappoint you here, okay? Check it out. So, that's one side. That's offset, right? Flip this sumbitch around. Let's go in from the other side, right? Watch. Just watch. Watch. Uncle Tim is not going to disappoint you. I promise. We're going to go pretty deep on these lines. All right, we're just getting the groove set in right now. All right, see? Look at this. Look at that nice little thin line right there, right? So, keep watching. Keep watching. We're in the zone again. We're in the zone again. We're going to get these lines fairly deep into this into this strip, this plastic strip. It's 2 millimeters thick, so we've got room. We've got plenty of room, right? Okay, that looks to be the same depth, okay? So that's good. We're going to put our 0.3 millimeter away. Now, what we're going to do... Damn light turned off. Anyway, what we're going to do is to grab... Where is it? Where is it? Let's double check this and see... Yeah, there we are. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab our 1 millimeter now, right? And we're going to get our little scribing jig back on here. We're going to set that right in there, okay? And then we're going to go light. We're going to go light on this, okay? Watch this. Ain't that a son of a bitch? Ah! I seen it. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. This is good. This is good. All right, watch. We're going to continue. because we put the 2.3 millimeters scribes in here pretty deep. And we're going fairly light on this 1 millimeter, okay? So there we go. We're not going any deeper on this. Now, what we got to do is we got to pull out our 0.3 millimeter again. We got to clean up these lines just a little bit because the 1 millimeter spread the plastic out. So we just need to clear out the debris. There. And there. Yeah. That looks pretty damn good. Let's get this cleaned up. And let's see, let's do a little bit of leveling here because one side, it feels like one side's a little taller than the other. There we go. That looks very good. Now, very nice. Okay, so we're going to turn our chisel just a little bit. Take that burr off the inner stripe here, right? And it also bevels it just slightly, right? All right. Just clean up this piece just a little bit here. And then we'll show you what we got. Yeah. All right, I dig that very, very much. Okay, so there's that. All right, let's get zoomed in. Chisel discipline. Let's put the caps back on these things, right? What time is it? 11:43. Cool. We still got plenty of time to work here, kids. So let's go. Boom and boom and boom and boom and boom. Let's get this guy centered there for you. And now, the magic. Look at this. So what we've got here, you guys, is a perfectly centered 2 parallel lines, and then it makes a nice little strip right down the middle, and we recessed that strip, right? That, even in its simplicity, is a good look. But we're nowhere near done this thing. We got work to do, okay? So, let's do this. Let's get our 1 millimeter scribing jig in here. Let's get out a super zoom, yeah? Why y'all talking about cauliflower and stuff? Like, what? I don't get it. Cauliflower sucks. There's no more bland taste in the world than cauliflower. But that's just me. If you like cauliflower, I'm not going to knock you on it. I'm not with it. As Hooli would say, I'm not with it. With it. All right. So we're going to make a 1 millimeter mark right down the 2 sides here. This will help us center and locate and glue this into proper position, right? And then we're also going to do one of the back ends here as well. There we go. Oop, not even on screen. There we go. So that's looking pretty good. All right, so what we can do now, we have a guide for our placement. We can just glue that right within the pencil lines, and then we know we're centered and located properly on this piece, right? So that's kind of the first step. Let's get that done, actually. Let's go ahead and do that, yeah? Spread that all around there. Get that nice and slathered up, right? And proper placement is crucial. Yes, there we are. All right, so there we go. That is now properly centered and placed on that plate. We're good. We need to get that super glue squeeze out cleaned up, though, real quick. Let's see if we can do that without dropping it. Most of that's already cured. Okay, not a problem. We'll just cut it. Okay. Vertical cuts first, horizontal or surface cuts second. Now, since this is a nice big, beefy strip of plastic, this is very simple to do. Okay. Right, we're getting there. We're getting there. I think this is going to be a good little detail. Kind of excited about it. I know that's weird to say. You know, why are you going to get excited about little details and stuff? But I think this is going to be a bit different. It's going to look nice, and it's just going to really just set everything off, I think, if I don't drop it. Okay. There we are. All right, so there's that glued on the plate, cleaned up, looking pretty. Looking pretty. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do, is this 2mm or 1.5? That's 1.5. We don't want that. This is 2mm. Yeah, we don't want that either. Where's the one? This is probably 1.5. It is. We don't want that. Where the hell is the 1mm by 1mm? That's what I want to know. That's half round. We don't want that yet. Ah, here we are. 1 by 1. Perfect. That's perfect. Right there, like that. All right. So now, what we can do is run this right up the side here and past this little strip detail that we did. Right. What time is it? 11:50. Wow. Okay. Just real quick, let's get caught up with the chat and everything. Yeah. Okay, so Superset over there on Twitch has just put in a question. Let's go ahead and answer that real quick.
We have a question.
He says, what would happen if Tamiya QuickType isn't mixed right? I mean, if it's not mixed thoroughly, you're probably going to have some soft spots. You'll have hard spots, you'll have soft spots. And it's gonna look splotchy and all that. So that's basically what it looks like and how it's gonna work and everything. So yeah, you're gonna have soft spots and hard spots and all of that. So yeah. Let me see. Where do we leave off here? Andrew's craving shrimp tacos. Okay. Carl's over there. Big beef. It's what's for dinner. He's on Twitch, by the way. Here we go. Let's see. Zero Kai says, Near Automata art book has some good sand landscape. There you go. Andrew says, thank you all. I watched the old Mad Max, not the new one. New one's good. He says, guess it's time for a marathon while I'm talking to people. There you go. Chris Degger says, hell yeah, they're all great movies. I watch them all back to back at least once a year. Nice. Bill says, another place to look would be Desert Storm tank pictures and even models. A lot of IPMS tank modelers are fantastic at weathering. Yeah, and a lot of them were there. A lot of them lived that life, right? So, something to think about as well. Let's see. Andrew says, I'm not going to remember this all tonight. Going to have to leave me a note to return to this stream and read the chat again, right? Julio says, big beef. Nice. Andrew says, big beef tacos, burritos, or sopes? I don't know how to pronounce that. Merritt says, for anyone that hasn't tried, Pinterest is great for reference gathering. It is. Goalie Zero says, big beef, it's what's for dinner. We read that before, but just felt like reading it again because Carl's a good dude. Julio says, tacos, corn tortillas, low carbs. Yeah. I like whole wheat tortillas, but that's just me. Lower in carbs, not the weird taste that corn tortillas have. So, yeah. Andrew says, corn tortilla is superior to flour tortilla. Bill says, Pinterest, ArtStation, DeviantArt, all good resources for references and ideas. Yes, ArtStation is a great one. Yeah. Bill just said he will skip the food stuff mostly, I am sure. Actually, I'm kind of interested in the food stuff. Just saying. Chris Decker says, corn tortilla, I thought it had a lot of carbs. Julio says flour has more. That is true. But carbs are good for you. Don't get it twisted, guys. Carbs are good for you. Carbs are your energy. Basically it's what moves energy through your body and stuff like that, so to speak. There's more to it than that, but I don't want to get into it. Anyway, Bill says Julio doesn't eat the tortilla. He just uses it like a spoon and to tease himself. Wow. That's a mental picture. Andrew says, God, I want to go to Shorewood or St. Charles for tacos now. Julio says, low carb, no carb. You gotta have carbs, man. Don't deprive yourself. Simple carbs, Manny just said. Sometimes you need those too. Julio says, corn all day, a little bit of carbs to keep your brain happy. Nice. I'm literally reading it in his accent here for you guys. Chris Degger says, I made some with cauliflower, eggs, and cheese. Yeah, I don't know about that. Julio says, I had some roast chicken and green salad. Not bad. Chris Egger says, LOL, forgot the commas. I mean to say cauliflower, eggs, and cheese as ingredients to make the shell. Still don't know about that one. Like we said earlier, Andrew is craving shrimp tacos. I don't blame you on that one. Written Wisely says, I leave for 2 seconds and people are swapping recipes in chat. I know, right? Excuse me. Chris Degger says, I always am craving shrimp. LOL, I'm Portuguese. Hey. Andrew says, after going to Japan, I had to learn to make ebi burgers. I had one while I was there and loved them. Nice. Bill says, why not just use baked cheese as shells, like Parmesan or Asiago, then fill with meat and other ingredients? Interesting. Bill says, I said other ingredients. Julio, baked cheese is so much dairy. Again, but it's protein. Protein. Good protein, too. You're just torturing yourself here. I'm telling you, man. Andrew says, use cauliflower to make taco shells. Ew. I don't know about that one. Chris Degger says, yeah, it works quite well. I assumed it would be trash, but it's not bad. Interesting. Julio says, Tim only eats Cheetos and Diet Coke. I do not drink Diet Coke, you asshole. I drink Coke Zero. I just like the way it tastes. I don't really care about all that. Julio says, bro, the pizza in Cali is the absolute worst. Nice. Written Wisely says he needs to get sponsorship from them for SC or for GBWC, right? I wish. That's the big money right there. If I can get Coke to sponsor me, shit, or Cheetos for that matter. I'd eat some Cheetos. Making money. Anyway, Julio says Tim sponsored by Waffle House. Get the fuck out of here. Bill says Tim, try jicama if you want bland with a crunch. I'll take your word for it, Bill. Bill says barbecue outside of Texas is only second tier at best. I've never had real Texas barbecue, but I'd probably still agree with that. Yeah. Saw a video the other day of what is it? What's that gas station there in Texas with the beaver? Fuck, I forget the name. I'm sure Bill will remind me. Buc-ee's. Yeah, it was Buc-ee's. I want to go to a Buc-ee's now. Like I really do. They have a brisket and egg breakfast burrito. Like, holy shit. It looked amazing. Just saying. I just want to go there to go to a Buc-ee's. That's all. I don't have... I could not go anywhere else in Texas and I would be perfectly fine with that. Just saying. I want to go to a Buc-ee's. Anyway. Dreams and wishes, right? Written Wisely says, The Trader. No, I'm not. I don't like Waffle House. Fuck Waffle House. Michael Crumrine's over there on YouTube. He says, what's up, fellas? What's going on, Michael? Good to see you. Andrew says, I make damn good barbecue when I'm given the green light to do it. Parents don't like to take all the steps it takes to make it good. I mean, honestly, who does, right? Come on. Chris Degger says to Julio, I bet they try and stick avocado on pizza in Cali, right? He says, nah, this shit's cardboard. Written Wisely says, some are swapping recipes, some are watching Tim, while others are actually doing Gunpla stuff. Yeah, well. Andrew says, what do you expect? Most Californians are weird. I wouldn't say that. I have many friends in California. Julio says, I'm doing all three. My little SD boy looking proper, making me proud. And I'm thinking about spaghetti squash. Jesus. Bill says, yeah, a lot of Californians are weird, but they can be good people too. Absolutely. I know a ton of good people in California. Awesome people. Julio says, they're all great, just fucked up trees and bad pizza. Wow. True. Andrew says, I mean, they gave us SDCC and SCGMC. That's true. Mike Crumrine just got home from work. Chris Degger says, I used to work once a month in California. They all assumed I was American, but damn, why you'd be putting avocados on everything, right? I don't mind avocados. Honestly, I'm good with avocados. I like me some avocados. Good protein, right? Chris Degger, we already read that. Bill says, it can be too soft, not cure. Could become brittle and flaky. I guess avocado? Yeah, maybe. Mike Crumline says, I hate avocado. Its texture thing, too, feels like I'm eating a slug. Man, I don't mind it. It's just kind of smooth, right? I dig it. Chris Degger says, LOL, Tim is trying to read through all the cooking chat. Yeah, well, here we are now, right? Shit. Bill says he will skip the food stuff. Mostly, I am sure. Surprise, surprise. Manny says, simple carbs. Carbs, yep. Handren says, not too much of it, though. Yeah. Hulu says, I'm not going to eat cake, Tim. I never said you had to eat cake, motherfucker. Manny says, yo, spaghetti squash is delicious. Hulu says it really is. Manny says, so Tim's stream turned into cooking while Gunpla. Yeah, hey, why not, right? Hulu says, dairy makes me fart. God, we don't want that, do we? Hendren says, too much protein without burning it out equal more belly fat. Protein, not so much. Carbs, yes. Protein, not so much. But, of course, you do, yeah. I mean, like with anything, you gotta go and you gotta work out and stuff, right? Manny says, they give me unsalted nuts. When I ask for salted nuts, the unsalted nuts make me choke. So Manny's choking on nuts. Okay. Let's see. Sorvan Zero over there on Twitch. He says, wait, what? People are barbecue shit talking now? Yeah, it seems like it, right? Let's see. Arf Aurora says, that sounds divine. Bill says, so does Taco Cabana. Greg Blair, nah, the barbecue in Charleston. Holy Mary, Mother of God, yum. Fair. Ongawa says, building a California, a CA 2010, CA 2010 Master Grade Wing Zero. Okay, cool. Henry says, great protein and fiber. There you go. Greg Blair, Tim isn't Marie Antoinette. He's not going to tell you to eat cake, right? Julio says, yo, Hopetown in Brooklyn got great barbecue. Bill says, Greg, you got to try a Texas barbecue before you realize the difference. Fair. Julio says, yeah, in New York, let me know. We'll head over. There you go. Chris, bahahaha. Sorvan, Superset had a question over there on Twitch. What scale of Star Wars figures is the same as the hard graph hover tank? Yeah, and Sorvan says hard graph is all 1/35th, so 1/35th, yeah. Greg Blair says, I like that rub they do in Texas. Yeah. Yeah, Texas barbecue is somewhat on the dry side, but they have the sauce on the side. Is that right, Bill? I think that's right. And then I think from what I understand, like the Kentucky stuff that's all just coated in barbecue sauce. And then like the the South Carolina is more vinegary in the sauce, and that's all coated as well. But that's my limitation on barbecue knowledge. I'm not a barbecue champion, kids. I'm just not. Sorry. Manny says, Tim, the whole nuts thing was from a movie, Throw Mama from the Train. Oh, with Billy Crystal. I never really got into that movie. I was just kind of like, eh. But I'll take your word for it. Sorvan says, I don't remember any of the Star Wars kits being in that scale. Yeah. Handren has a question. Tim, we have a question. Do you have plans to do a Macross kit in the future? I have Macross kits, but I don't plan to do them anytime soon. Hopefully that answers your question. I don't know. Let's see. Ungawa CA. Oh, okay. I thought it was Circa. I gotcha. I thought it was just maybe like a typo or something. My bad, Ungawa. My bad. Bill says, yes, Texas barbecue is about the meat. Everywhere else it, is about what base they use for the sauce. Yeah. I like, honestly, I like the sweet and spicy stuff, barbecue sauce myself. Because that little kick of brown sugar in there just kind of accents really well with the rest of the tart spiciness. But that's just me. Go with what you know, right? All right, anyway, what time is it? It's 12:05 already? Shit, you guys sidetracked me with food talk. It's okay. That's okay. We'll work on this thing again tomorrow. I just want to take a pause on the high grade SD thing. I really do. I'm just so sick of looking at it right now. It's the bane of my existence. I need to get it done. I just don't want to. What are you going to do, right? Let's go camera 1. Let's finish this thing out. Let's go throw the Sinanju on here. And it got dark since that light went out, didn't it? There we go. Anyway, let's see. Chris Degger says, sounds like I'll be taking a trip to Texas when I was going to go to Louisiana, but this Texas barbecue is making me want to change my trip. Nice. Hendren says, been trying to catch up on Macross anime. I've only seen Macross Plus. I liked it. I really liked it. But that's all I've seen of Macross. What are you going to do? Who says, you're over it? Yeah. He says, I get the same way. Yeah, no, I totally am over this stupid little unicorn. I was over it from the beginning because I hated the high grade. Still hate the high grade, but what are you going to do? We got to finish it. We got to. We owe it to Jason and Sabrina, right? Because they're awesome people. They're amazing, amazing people. Andrew says to Handren, been meaning to rewatch Macross. There you go. Greg Blair, we have this place called Bethany Blues that is great. Highly recommended. Highly recommend the brisket nachos. Oh, shit. See, now you're... Greg, now you're talking my language. He says, if you ever find yourself in Delaware... Yeah, well... Who knows, right? Is that... But Bethany Blues, is that down in Bethany Beach? Greg? It wouldn't surprise me based on the name. But, yeah. Because my in-laws live in Milford. Podunk little town. Anyway, Andrew says all of Macross, right? Handren says I'm gonna start from 0. There you go. Handren says you should check out Macross 0. Yeah, that's true. Andrew says good place to start, right? Julio says that's why I'm working on my boy, trying to at least prime soon. There you go. Greg Blair says yeah, in Lewis. Okay, yeah. I mean. Right, we're basically right there. He says, holy shit, my dad lives in Milford also. I'm in Lewis myself. Hey, so you're hop skipping away from the in-laws place. I don't get over there much. They're annoying. Anyway. Goalie Zero says, big beef stream covered in barbecue sauce and super glue. It's a tasty combination, I'll tell you that, kids. Anyway, all right. So, we're caught up with the chat. Let's end this. Let's go to bed, shall we? Not together. By yourselves. Not with me. Sorry. Anyway. Sinanju. Yeah. With the sleeves on the side. It's a good look. If you want to pick up this hat, go hit up chowdermecca.com. Hit the store button up at the top. You will find this hat. Many more shirts. Prints of my work. All sorts of cool stuff. So, go load up. There is a production delay. So, keep that in mind. Big bad Rona. Right? Anyway, if you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we were working with here tonight, hit the Amazon link below here on Twitch and YouTube. That side, if you're watching on Facebook, I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. Goes to help out me, goes to help out the stream, and fuel our endeavors moving forward. Arthur says, can we just get the sleeves patch as an iron-on patch? No, because this is finely embroidered into the hat. So, sorry, Andrew, but no. Anyway, if you are interested in kits, tools, paints, accessories, Mecha Decals, sheets 1 and 2, those are both in stock and shipping now right down here at our good friends USA Gundam Store. Hit them up. Adam and the fine crew down there will definitely have what you need. Now, if you find value in this stream, if you learn something while you're watching this, or even just get some good recipe ideas from the chat, follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff on the different social media platforms. Man, hook your boy up, right? And if you know somebody that could benefit from watching this, or a group of somebodies that could benefit from watching this, share the knowledge with them. Share the stream with them. It's a nice thing to do, right? Come on now. Be good to people. Hell yeah. Anyway, we're going to be back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. We definitely are going to jump back onto this bazooka, man. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a straight-on ride for GBWC for at least this week, right? Because we've got tomorrow's stream, and then we've got Friday's early stream, and then we got Mechanism on Friday, which is going to be a fun time. Yes. Superset Robotech is freedom? Yes, Robotech is freedom. God damn. And Sorvan says, I'm so going to time you out, Superset. Sorvan, you have the controls over there. I trust your judgment. Anyway, so with that being said, you guys have a wonderful night. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Use some common sense. And oh yeah, Hindran. Completely forgot about it. Yeah. So, excuse me, Hindran. Thank you for reminding me. He says, Tim, you're going to be on the Gunpla Talk Show on Friday. Yes, I will. At 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. Yes. It's a new little show that three guys from Instagram are doing. And yes, I will be on that, talking to those guys and just kind of having fun hanging out. So that, I think, is probably like an hour and a half. And then Mechanism later that night. And yeah, should be a good time. So I predict lemonade in my future. Maybe some sweet tea. I don't know. I might need it after this week. Anyway, guys, take care. I will see you tomorrow. All right? Build something cool. Don't forget that. Buy the Sinanji hat. Bye.